What is a lavender marriage? We're diving deep into this complex arrangement that's suddenly finding new relevance in today's world, exploring the reasons behind it and who it affects. Next up, a true love story for the ages. Penn Hills High School sweethearts Harold and Daisy McKamish are celebrating an incredible 75 years of marriage. We'll share their secrets to a lasting union. Then, get ready for the heartwarming and sometimes surprising journey of country music, icon Dolly Parton and her late husband Carl Dean. We're exploring their secret wedding, enduring love, and how they navigated nearly 6 decades together. And finally, we're going inside HGTV star Christina Haack's high-profile romances. From flip or flop to her recent splits, we're breaking down her relationship history. Don't go anywhere. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Lavender Marriage, a strategic safety net. In a world where legal and social landscapes are constantly shifting, a centuries-old arrangement is resurfacing with surprising relevance: the lavender marriage. This isn't about color palettes for weddings. It's a strategic union where a couple, publicly presenting as heterosexual, enters into a legal marriage despite one or both partners identifying as queer. Experts like sex therapist Casey Tanner explain that these partnerships are a calculated move to access the social and legal privileges afforded to heterosexual individuals, providing a shield against discrimination and potential violence. The historical roots of lavender marriages trace back to the early 20th century, a time when open queerness could lead to severe repercussions, including job loss, social ostracization, or even physical danger. Mental health therapist Cindy Ramos notes that in the 1950s, the lavender scare intensified this need for protection, casting suspicion on LGBTQ+ individuals and further solidifying the necessity of such arrangements for survival. Even with landmark legal victories like Obergefell v. Hodges, the ongoing debates surrounding marriage equality and LGBTQ+ rights have reignited anxieties, prompting some younger queer individuals to reconsider these unions for stability. It's crucial to distinguish lavender marriages from mixed-orientation marriages, MOMs. While both involve partners of different sexual orientations, lavender marriages are defined by concealment and public deception for protection, whereas MOMs are based on genuine connection and often a desire for queer visibility. The necessity of lavender marriages is decreasing with increased LGBTQ+ acceptance, but experts caution that rising political threats could lead to a resurgence, particularly in regions with less protective legal frameworks. Furthermore, a new iteration is emerging, where friends enter into these partnerships for financial stability in the face of rising living costs, highlighting the practical, albeit different, motivations. However, the emotional toll of these arrangements can be significant. Hiding or compartmentalizing one's identity can lead to feelings of inauthenticity, frustration, and isolation. The constant effort to maintain a facade can be mentally exhausting and may lead individuals to withdraw from loved ones, limiting opportunities for intimacy and genuine connection. Despite these challenges, the support for LGBTQ+ rights remains strong, with a significant majority of Americans supporting marriage equality, reminding individuals that they are not alone and that resources like LGBTQ+ community centers and therapy can provide crucial support. But what happens when the biggest challenges are not societal, but personal? We're about to explore a love story that has weathered 75 years of storms and sunshine. 75 Years of I Do, a love story forged in high school. It all began in a Spanish class at Penn Hills High School. Harold McKamish, then a junior, found himself seated next to Daisy, who had been crowned sophomore queen the year before. "I thought, she looks pretty," Harold recalls, his smile reflecting a love that has spanned 3/4 of a century. Daisy remembers his directness. "He said to me, 'When are we going out?'" And just like that, a journey that started with a movie date in East Liberty on a day Harold didn't even have a car blossomed into an extraordinary 75-year marriage. On September 15, 1950, Harold and Daisy exchanged vows at Lackett Heights United Methodist Church, followed by a reception for over 100 guests. Harold, with just $18 in his pocket, found that the generosity of their guests covered their wedding night hotel and honeymoon to the Poconos, with a little left over. Their early days were spent in a Wilkinsburg apartment, a humble beginning for a couple who would build a rich life together. Now 95 and 94, Harold and Daisy are the proud parents of 4 children, and their family has grown to include 76 grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren, with a 77th on the way. Their commitment extends beyond their family. They recently shared their 75th anniversary joy by treating residents at their current home, Harmony at Hart's Run, to cake, embodying their philosophy of sharing blessings. The couple's life has been deeply intertwined with faith and resilience. Harold, a former Marine Corps Reserve member, founded McKamish Metals, Inc. in 1975, which has since evolved into McKamish, Inc., a full-service mechanical contracting company now led by their son, David. A pivotal moment came in 1968 with the death of Daisy's brother in Vietnam. This profound loss, coupled with Harold's demanding work schedule, led them to reevaluate their priorities. After attending a Billy Graham event, they dedicated their lives to Christ, a decision that has guided them through countless life events. This faith was instrumental when Harold chose not to re-enlist for the Korean War, prioritizing his love for Daisy. Their commitment to service extended globally. Inspired by a mission trip to Mexico where they witnessed children scavenging for food, Harold and Daisy founded Caring Heart Ministry, a nonprofit organization that supports a boys' home, a girls' home, a soup kitchen, and more. Their daughter, Darlene Tibbins, describes them as role models, setting a high standard built on their vows. Harold's enduring sentiment remains, "People often stop us and ask us our secret to being married so long. It takes 3, you, your spouse, and the Lord. You will never find a lovelier, kinder lady. She is a blessing to me. I would not be who I am today without her. She will always be my bride." From a 75-year love story to a journey of music and enduring partnership, we're now turning our spotlight to a true icon. Prepare for the tale of Dolly Parton and Carl Dean. Jolene's muse and 58 years of devotion, Dolly Parton and Carl Dean. Dolly Parton, the undisputed queen of country, has captivated the world with her music and larger-than-life personality for over 6 decades. But behind the dazzling career, her personal life held a story of deep, enduring love with her husband, Carl Dean. Though Carl famously shunned the spotlight, he was Dolly's unwavering anchor and biggest fan for nearly 60 years. Their love story began in a simple laundromat when Dolly was just 18 and Carl was 21. He noticed her in a revealing outfit and, with a charming directness, told her she'd get a sunburn. It was an instant connection, a mutual feeling that this was the beginning of something significant. Despite Monument Records advising Dolly to wait a year due to her burgeoning career, their love couldn't be delayed. They eloped in a secret ceremony in Ringgold, Georgia in 1966, with only Dolly's mother, a preacher, and his wife in attendance. That same year, Dolly released her debut album, Hello, I'm Dolly, marking the start of a career that would see her sell over 100 million records worldwide. Carl Dean's role was that of the ultimate supporter, content to remain in the background while Dolly shone. He rarely accompanied her to public events, but his presence was a constant source of strength. The inspiration for Dolly's iconic 1973 hit, Jolene, famously stemmed from a real-life event, a red-haired bank teller who flirted with Carl. Dolly recounted this to NPR, describing it as an innocent song all around, born from a playful dynamic between her and Carl. "He just loved going to the bank because she paid him so much attention," Dolly explained, turning a potentially jealous situation into a beloved song. Their marriage, while strong, wasn't without its complexities. Dolly has spoken openly about an affair she had during their marriage, a period so difficult she contemplated suicide. In her memoir, Dolly on Dolly, Interviews and Encounters with Dolly Parton, she described the intense pain of that moment. Despite this, their bond remained. The couple never had children, a decision Dolly attributed to God's plan, stating, "I think it probably was his plan for me not to have kids so everybody's kids could be mine." This perspective allowed her to embrace her role as a beloved aunt and mentor to many. After 58 years of marriage, Carl Dean passed away on March 3, 2025, at the age of 82. Dolly has openly shared the profound grief and adjustment that followed his death, calling it a big adjustment and acknowledging, "I'll always miss him, of course, and always love him. He was a great partner to me." Carl Dean was more than a husband. He was Dolly's emotional anchor, the constant in her extraordinary life. From iconic country music stars to the bright lights of HGTV, our next story takes us into the world of reality television and personal relationships. Get ready for Christina Haack's journey. Christina Haack's relationship roller coaster, a look back. Christina Haack, a name synonymous with HGTV's hit show Flip or Flop, has navigated a highly public life, not just through her successful house-flipping ventures, but also through her personal relationships. After her initial marriage to Tarek El Moussa ended, Haack embarked on 2 more marriages, most recently splitting from Josh Hall. With each chapter, her love life has been a subject of public fascination and discussion. Haack's journey began with Tarek El Moussa, whom she met in her early 20s while both were establishing careers in real estate. They married in 2006 and welcomed 2 children, a daughter in 2010 and a son in 2015. Their television debut on Flip or Flop in 2013 showcased their dynamic chemistry, but behind the scenes, their marriage faced significant challenges. They announced their separation in 2016, eventually finalizing their divorce in 2017. Despite the split, they maintained a close co-parenting relationship and continued to work together on their show until its conclusion in 2022. Reflecting on their past, Haack acknowledged on the flip-off, "I know we're in a good place now. But yeah, we went through a lot of stuff. I don't think anyone understands just how much stuff we went through." Following her divorce from El Moussa, Haack married Aunt Anstead in 2018. Together, they welcomed a son. However, this marriage also concluded, with their divorce finalized in 2021. In the aftermath of her split from her most recent husband, Josh Hall, Haack shared a poignant moment with Anstead. She revealed that during her time with Hall, she worried about co-parenting interactions with Anstead. After her separation from Hall, Anstead offered her support, stating, "I'm here for you and I'm so sorry you're going through this." He expressed his belief that Hall might have been a source of difficulty in their communication, indicating a return to a better co-parenting dynamic. Christina Haack and Josh Hall married in 2021, even collaborating on some of her television projects. However, their union was short-lived, with their divorce finalized in May of this year. Hall recently shared his perspective on their relationship, telling the Daily Mail, "We really cared about each other, and we went through a lot of stuff together. We really worked well as a team." He suggested that he had reached my expiration date, and that Haack might not have been interested in the type of relationship they had, referencing their shared interests in travel and activities. That's all the news we have for you today. But before you go, we've got a quick recap of everything we covered. What a whirlwind of stories. We explored the complex world of Lavender Marriages, celebrated the incredible 75-year union of Harold and Daisy McKamish, delved into the enduring love of Dolly Parton and Carl Dean, and looked back at Christina Haack's high-profile romances. Don't miss out on more incredible stories. Hit that like button, subscribe to BuzzCast for your daily dose of news and inspiration, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. And tell us in the comments, which story resonated with you the most? Follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected.